All right, so let's have this next sample problem. So our next sample problem here, as you can see here, as shown in the figure, is a hollow rectangular beam. Assume that FRMC is equal to 28 megapascal and Fy is equal to 345 megapascal. Determine the required steel area if the ultimate moment that the beam will carry is 800 kilonewton meters. Okay, so given tayo ng hollowed rectangular beam with the following dimensions. So we need to determine how much is the seal area would be enough so that it can carry the 800 kilonewton meters. Okay, so let's proceed with the same techniques or with the same steps that I discussed earlier. No? So we need to determine the effective depth. So obviously, the effective depth here is the same with our given, which is 750 millimeter. So of course, the next preliminary given that we need to determine is the value for our beta 1. So our beta 1 here, especially in our value for the FRMC, this is between 17 and 28 megapascal. So that the value for our beta 1, this is now equal to 0.85. So the next step that we need to consider here is the gross area. Okay? So yung gross area natin, let's determine first yung total width of this hollow rectangular beam natin, which is 150 plus 250 plus 150, which is yung width natin dito, this is equal to 550 millimeters. And then, para malaman natin dito, yung value ng ating gross area, what you need to do here is you need to add first itong first sheet na ito, itong portion na ito, itong nasa itaas, and then you need to add yung area nung nasa gilid. Since dalawa to, dapat magta-times 2 ito. Okay? And then yung nasa ilalim, which is yung matitira na height dito, which is 750 minus mo yung 150 and then yung 450. And after that, you need to multiply doon sa width ng ating section, which is the 550 millimeter. So our gross area, this is now equal to 300,000 square millimeter. Okay, here's the thing. Kasi ang problema kasi ng ating section is probably may babantayan tayo ditong offset dimension. Unlike with the triangular section earlier, is consistent kasi siya magiging triangle hanggang compression or hanggang tension. Dito kasi class, possible na mag-iba yung kanyang geometry. So, we need to consider here, first, yung kanyang moment capacity dito sa ating offset dimension. Kasi dito rin natin malalaman yung magiging value ng ating A. Okay, yung height ng ating rectangular stress block. So, paano natin yung malalaman? Ngayon, if we will use this particular condition na kapag yung ating moment sa flange, itong portion na ito, is mas mataas dun sa ating moment capacity given, ibig sabihin lang po niyan, kaya ng section na ito or kaya ng portion na ito dalhin yung ating design moment. Ibig sabihin lang po nun, yung height ng ating A should be less than doon sa ating offset dimension na 150 millimeters. However, the second condition that you will consider here is kapag yung ating design moment is mas mataas siya doon sa capacity ng ating flange dito sa portion na ito. Ibig sabihin lang nun, class, hindi niya kakayanin kapag mas maliit yung nasa moment ng flange kaysa doon sa ating design moment. Ibig sabihin lang nun, yung value ng ating A, lalagpas siya ng ating 150 millimeters. So, yun yung kailangan natin gawin dito. Hanapin muna natin yung moment capacity ng itong offset dimension na ito, which is very clearly natin yung makukuha kasi ang pwede natin gawin dito, pwede natin siyang kunin using this formula. So by the way, yung area of the compression na nandito ay itong flange na ito. Okay? Itong portion na ito hanggang 150 millimeters. So, yung magiging moment arm natin dito is just simply yung kalahati ng ating 150 millimeters, then i-minus mo lang yung ating effective depth. So, once you substitute it, ang makukuha natin ditong moment capacity at the flange section or at the offset dimension natin, this is now equal to 1,192.826 kilonewton meter. So in comparison with our moment capacity, which is the 800 kilonewton meter, mas mataas yung flange kaysa dun sa ating capacity. Ibig sabihin lang po yun, class, is yung value ng ating A should be less than 150 millimeters. Ibig sabihin lang po niyan, class, ito po yung magiging area of compression natin dahil dito sa interpretation na ito. Okay? Now, so since nalaman na natin na yung area of compression natin ay hindi lalagpas ng 150 mm, what we need to do here is we can proceed with our still area limits. But first, we need to determine the maximum still area using this derived formula. So once we substitute the givens here, ang makukuha nating maximum still area, this is now equal to 7,539.1304 square millimeter. Then ganun din yung magiging approach natin for our minimum still area. So in the determination of the first minimum still area, ang makukuha natin dito is 1,150.327 square millimeter. Okay? So, ganun din for our second minimum still area. So, makukuha na rin natin dito is 1,217.391 square millimeter. Ibig sabihin lang po nun, class, para makuha na natin dito kung alin sa dalawa yung magiging minimum still area natin, we need to choose the larger. And the larger here is this one, 1,217.391 square millimeter. Ibig sabihin lang po niyan, class, yan po yung magiging criteria natin later on when we are determine the actual still area. So ideally, yung ating actual still area ay manggagaling sa condition na ito, which is dapat yung ating area of compression should not be exceed to 150 mm. So yan yung magiging condition natin. And also, our design moment here is 800 kilonewton meter. Ngayon, paano natin isosolve yung kanyang value of A? Kasi yan yung unang muna natin kailangan gawin in this non-rectangular section. Alright, so let's recall for our area of compression, which is yung ating area of compression is just simply A times B, or A multiplied by the width. So, yung moment capacity natin, which is this one, we can already direct substitute yung ating area of compression, which is the height of A and then yung width of our section. And then yung ating moment arm, since hindi nga siya lumagpas ng 150 millimeters, ibig sabihin lang po niyan, yung distance ng ating compression hanggang tension is effective depth minus yung kalahati nung A. Okay? So, substitute lang natin to. Ang makukuha nating value ng A dito, this is now equal to 96.786 mm. Ibig sabihin lang po nun, hindi po siya lumagpas ng 150 mm, which is yung naging conclusion natin kanina in the comparison of the moment capacity ng flange tsaka yung ating given na design moment. So, it satisfies yung condition. Ibig sabihin tama yung ginagawa natin so far. Okay, so let's proceed naman sa ating equilibrium compatibility or the equilibrium condition. So of course, compression is equal to tension, so dito pa rin tayo mag-ending. However, dapat yung gagamitin nating area of compression here, yung dinerive natin kanina na A times B. And then, let's substitute using yung nakuha nating A kanina. So that ang makukuha nating area of steel, this is equal to 3,672.27 square millimeter. Ibig sabihin lang yan, in comparison with our minimum steel area, hindi po siya lumagpas. So, okay lang po yan, no? So, pero ang pinaka-critical dito, when we are comparing it with our maximum steel area, dapat ideally, kapag nasa singly reinforced beam ka, dapat hindi siya lalagpas sa ating maximum. And it finds out na hindi siya lumagpas, no? So, which is napakalaki nung gap nila. Ibig sabihin lang nito, class, ang gagamitin na natin dito for the value for the actual steel area, this is now equal to 3,672.27 square millimeter. So yan yung ating answer. Since ang pinapahanap lang sa sample problem na ito is only steel area.